Hello, and welcome to Planet Leadville for Tuesday, July 21st, 2026. A good overnight soaking is what most of Lake County saw from yesterday's afternoon and evening rain showers. And it looks like there's more of that on the way for the week ahead. Today's feature turns to the skies above Leadville with our continued coverage of the Willow fire. With the FAA's temporary flight restrictions scheduled to expire later this week, what can residents and visitors expect as the community continues to transition from response to resiliency? Stay tuned for that, but up first, it's the forecast. Today's forecast from the National Weather Service calls for 10% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 2 p.m. Skies will be sunny, with a high near 77. Light east wind becoming southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour in the morning. New rainfall amounts of less than 1/10 of an inch are expected. Tonight's forecast calls for 10% chance of showers and thunderstorms before 9 p.m. Skies will be partly cloudy, with a low around 46. Southeast winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour becoming light south-southeast after midnight. Today's feature highlights the Leadville Airport. This fixed-base operation, owned and operated by Lake County, has been a vital asset in recent fire suppression efforts. But as the Federal Aviation Administration's temporary flight restriction over the Willow fire is set to expire later this week, and the facility is likely to see increased air traffic from aviation enthusiasts as well as event attendees, what next steps are available for Lake County's beloved LXV? Let's check in and find out what Planet Leadville has discovered so far at the state and federal levels, as we wait for updates from local officials on the county-established communication portals.
Hello and welcome to this special Planet Leadville feature. Perched high in the heart of the Rockies, the Lake County Airport is best known as North America's highest public-use airport, sitting at an elevation of 9,934 feet above sea level. Located just a few miles southwest of Leadville, the airport serves as a vital transportation hub for general aviation, flight training, business travel, and recreational pilots drawn to the unique challenges of high-altitude flying. But this fixed-base operation certainly earned its keep since the Willow fire erupted on June 28, 2026, as the facility quickly shifted gears, acting as an emergency services hub for air support for the wildfire incident. And for residents, seeing these winged wonders performing regular flight patterns brought a sense of relief to a very uncertain situation. But as the next phase of the Willow fire unfolds, timely and transparent communication will be the key to maintaining public trust. In fact, with today's real-time data available through the Federal Aviation Administration's platforms, as well as the Colorado Aeronautics Division, even small rural airport activity is tracked and recorded. Add to that the Internet's assembly of blogs and apps used by pilot and aviation experts, as well as any number of residents who are always paying attention to what is happening in the skies above Leadville, and even the old-school, unidentified flying object is likely to be documented by someone. In fact, one of the ways in which Planet Leadville uses AI to understand these aviation-specific documents was to ask for a breakdown of the jargon. Because after the July 5th post from the Lake County Office of Emergency Management and the Leadville Regional Airport, there seemed to be more questions than answers. What exactly does that mean? And what are NOTAMs? Certainly, it was a new acronym in the Willow fire discussions. But understanding that local officials were in the middle of an emergency response incident, Planet Leadville went in search of the answers elsewhere. With the assistance of advanced AI technology, here's what was uncoded from the FAA's NOTAM order issued on July 11, 2026. Airspace: this is an airspace restriction rather than a runway or airport closure. See FDC 6/4562, refers pilots to FAA Flight Data Center NOTAM 6/4562, the official temporary flight restriction. ZDV Denver Air Route Traffic Control Center, which manages this section of Colorado airspace. 91.137. This is the key. It references 14 CFR Section 91.137, the FAA regulation governing temporary flight restrictions in disaster or hazard areas, including wildfires. Hazard indicates the restriction exists because of an active hazard, in this case, the Willow fire. 260-710-1200. This number references the time and date of the order's initiation, which was July 10, 2026 at midnight. And finally, the last piece of the puzzle, which reads 260-724-0500 and sets the time and date that the order is scheduled to expire, which is this Friday, July 24, 2026 at 5 a.m. Armed with that valuable understanding of the order, it was easier to address online questions like, if the airport is closed, why are we still seeing airplanes? Referring to several aircrafts documented arriving and departing which were not associated with emergency response. The simple answer is, while the FAA's temporary flight restriction is designed to keep unauthorized aircraft away so firefighting operations can be conducted safely, it does not eliminate every flight. In short, the Leadville Airport Management Team, in cooperation with the Facilities Advisory Board, can make those discretionary calls. And they have, and will likely continue to do so as Lake County shifts its flight pattern from response to resiliency, which could include resuming recreational traffic, which generates income, as well as welcoming this weekend's event attendees. Both are key components to Leadville's economic resiliency. That wraps up this special Planet Leadville feature, highlighting what we know so far concerning airport operations. The team will be keeping an eye on any updates concerning the FAA's TFR status, as well as any local messaging communicated by airport officials. For more videos about Leadville, Lake County, and the Willow fire, head over to Planet Leadville's YouTube channel. Then subscribe. It's free. Until next time, thanks for watching.
Thanks for that report. Recovery doesn't happen overnight, but transparency has to start at day one. Up next is the extended weather report, based on data from Weather Underground and presented in narrative form with the assistance of AI.
Tuesday continues the work week with more classic midsummer weather in the high country, with daytime temperatures generally climbing into the mid-70s while overnight lows settle comfortably into the low to mid-40s. Sunshine will dominate most mornings before clouds build over the surrounding peaks each afternoon, bringing the possibility of isolated showers or thunderstorms, especially later in the day. Rain chances remain scattered rather than widespread, meaning some neighborhoods may receive a brief downpour while others stay dry. Winds are expected to remain relatively light overall, although gustier conditions are always possible near developing storms. Residents and visitors should continue to plan outdoor activities early in the day, keeping an eye on the sky as afternoon weather develops. Despite occasional moisture, warm temperatures and dry fuels mean wildfire awareness should remain part of everyone's routine throughout the week.
That wraps up today's report. Thanks for checking in to Planet Leadville.